Hi guys, Retard here, back with another custom review. And today we'll look at the Transformers Studio Series Ice Megatron. So here it is in its jet mode, but of course, before we look at it, let's take a quick look at the paints. So primarily, I used TS Metallic Blue, which you'll see why I say primarily here in a bit, as well as Chrome Silver. If it'll focus, come on, come on, come on. Come on. There we go. Semi-gloss black. But once again, focus, please. Thank you. A little bit of copper. Instantly focus. How are the other two not like instantly focus like that? And metallic blue. Just the bottle now. So, for those that probably know, I feel like most know, I'm still going to give a recap, but just, you know, for the record. Back in 2007, a lot of the Megatron toys had, like, this ice color scheme. The original Leader Class one had, like, the spray blue for, like, a sort of, like, frozen look. The Voyager one had the same thing, and even the Legends one, there was a separate one called Ice Megatron. And then, of course, you know, like, they just had so much money from the movie, they kept on re-releasing the figures, and they made the premium one more accurate. Then they made the silver Voyager one, you know, all that. So this is kind of based on mostly the Leader Class one, which you'll see why mostly in robot mode. But I did more or less do my own thing. It's just very loosely based on mainly the Leader one. But yeah, anyways, here it is in its jet mode, and of course this is SS54 Megatron, which already had lush silver paint. Like it's really nice, but I ended up getting the premium version as a late birthday gift. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna take my old SS54 Megatron and sell it, and then get another one, because since I painted that one, it wouldn't have turned out as well if I did it from that. So we're here now. This is what we've got, and as you can see, he is a very blue. You see the nice metallic blue, which it isn't like fully painted metallic blue. I just kind of sprayed over it to kind of give it like a little bit of a gradient look, which it wasn't going to be this ham-fisted, but from the light in the light box I used to spray paint in, it kind of like messes with me. So in the box, this looks like I did hardly anything. Then I took it out and it's like, it's blue now. You can see here the legs, which we'll get more into in robot mode. I didn't really paint this bit, which I think is funny, is that if you look at this from certain angles, it doesn't even look painted. Like if you look at it like that, like it barely looks like I did anything. But it also has this really nice bit here with some chrome silver dry brushing, just kind of give it some extra effect for it to be all icy, which I think turned out really nice. And of course, like the silver that like the figure is, like, you know, like on those sides of the legs here, and like that was just the silver the toy already is. It's already a very pretty figure. I just made it even more pretty for a very different reason. But yeah, that's pretty much it for jet mode. Very blue, very nice, pretty icy. So let's go ahead and get him into his robots mode. And here in robot mode is just where the magic happens on this one. Like it's so shiny. I think my lights are just like reflecting off of it at this point. But of course, let's take a quick look at his head, just to kind of see it a little bit more clearly, because I did do a little bit of work to the head. I kind of like dry brushed on some metallic blue to the sides and on the top, and then painted the mouth the semi-gloss black, which this is actually the first time I've used semi-gloss black in a custom. My paint store just had it, and I was like, why not? I've tried the other two. I'm not overly happy with them, but this is like the perfect shade of black into Mia for me. Like I will still be using the matte black. I think it still like looks pretty nice, but just it's like the very perfect balance between being reflective and just being regular black, because regular black is way too glossy. I'm not the best at using like the bottled flat black, so this is a really happy medium, because it's just as easy to use as regular black while it's like still not overly shiny. But anyways, the other relations to this being like the 2007 leader is the fact that I included a little bit of copper in it, which you can see like here in the shoulders. You get some little bits down in the thighs and a little bit in the chests. And then also how a lot of the accent color is black. I guess this black color, like like these are the semi-gloss black, which you can kind of see how like they're reflective but still mostly flat. Painted these little bits in here black, these bits black. A ton of the internals on the chest. Like those little circles, those. The shoulders too. Like the ball there, little bits in here. And then I also like layered up some silver on it. Like all the silver that you see picked out on the chest here is not from the original figure. That's from me painting over it because, again, I kind of ham-fisted the blue and it like the whole chest was blue, and I didn't really like that. So I added a bunch of silver back to break it up. Kind of same thing with the arms here. Like I painted these inner bits silver just to kind of break it up. Which of course the dry brushing continues for these arms, and I sort of attempted to do the dry brushing down here, but ended up mostly just looking whole, which I'm fine with. I think that still looks fine. But then the legs is where I love the dry brushing, because you can see here on the feet, there's like a really great fade now between the silver and the blue, and then here on the knees, it looks like it looks like weathering more than anything. I just adore it. It looks so nice. It's very, very pretty to me. And just for a fun comparison or two, I'll bring him back. See, he's still tall. Here he is. Get his hand up. Here he is with the premium finish Megatron, which I do really like. If you have SS54, I don't think it's worth replacing, but if you don't and you want one, it's really nice. I think even some places like have them on sale. Like I think Amazon might actually have them for like 40. I could be wrong. I like they have some premium figures for cheaper. Like I ended up getting premium finished Starscream on there, which he was like 38. Then I had points and I got him for $20, which he's fun. Definitely not worth getting if you have like the Siege one, or even if you don't, because the Siege one's pretty easy to get. But it's nice. I paid $20. I enjoy it because I'm addicted to that mold. And then my only other like Bayverse toy accurate repaints that's like meant to be a toy accurate repaint, not like a G1 repaint, I guess. We can go with that. Here's Final Battle Jazz. Because I did a Final Battle Jazz. Which it'll not really get its own dedicated video, so this is the only time. Mostly just because it's my original custom Jazz. Which because I got a newer Jazz, because I really didn't like how much I painted on it, so I got a newer one. I added a little bit, but not really all that much. But so, pretty much what I did to this one. Like if you saw that custom review from years back, it's the same custom except for this. I ended up like carving a lot of this and kind of painting it with the black and the Allspark blue, and then I just added some black dry brushing all over the figure. You can kind of make out. But yeah, then I even did the same thing to the head. Get a little bit closer on it. You can see like I carved a little bit of the head off, and I even like scratched the visor just to have that extra effect. And then finally, of course, since this is Final Battle Jazz, I did if I can get it, come on. Why is it so tight? I did make sure he could split in two. Which all I did is I just removed this pin right here. It still transforms. Nothing about the alt mode was changed. Because it's mostly just these holding it in. So you just kind of like make sure to loop back on there. Plug it in on both sides. And it's still mostly solid. Like he's not going to just be randomly breaking apart. Like you can do that enough and he doesn't come to pieces. It's a little bit looser. If you want to do that to your Jazz, I guess go right ahead. I think I had to remove another pin to get to it though. Like I removed, I had to remove this pin so I could get to this pin because all this was in the way. I don't know if you'll have to do it or if I'm just dumb. There you go. Oh yeah, and then also for the gun, I added a ton of dry brushing to the front of it, and I swapped out the hands on this one so they're both the circle hands, whereas my regular Jazz were the claw hands. there you go. Secret custom review. Only those that watch this far in the video will know. But yeah. Overall, I love Ice Megatron a lot. I think it just turned out really nice. Again, I couldn't have done this in my regular one. I painted way too much of it for this to be able to like fully make sense. But I definitely really enjoy what I did here. This is probably going to be like one of my favorite customs of the year. I feel like I've been saying that a lot about some of my customs. I haven't done a ton this year, but I think I've been nailing some stuff, man. Which I'm still annoyed with the fact that the flail is just a piece. I wish it was articulated. DNA, you telling me you guys never thought, hey, what if we made like an articulated flail? Like a whole kit. I still think they could make a whole upgrade kit. They give him like a new chest, a gun. It's like 2-hand or 1-hand, and then have the then have like an articulated flail. But yeah, again, overall, love this thing. I love how it turned out. I did really think about doing this to be just the toy version, like just painting it to be as accurate to that as possible, but I thought that'd be boring, you know? So I did this. I think this turned out way better. But yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, please remember to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages, links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.